It was sink or swim for two entrepreneurs who entered the tank with a new way to grill while relaxing in the water. Was success just a passing wave, or did the float and grill find its sea legs? Having fun on a boat day can work up quite an appetite, and feeding hungry boaters can be big business. Float and Grill set out to prove this in Season 12, Episode 24 of ABC's Shark Tank. The company sold a single product that shared its name, a lightweight, easy-to-use floating grill with a 1200 BTU propane burner. It provided boaters and their guests with an easy way to cook without ever getting out of the water, saving space on crowded crafts. Founders Mike Bashawati and Jeremy Quilico told the Sharks they developed the idea after purchasing a boat and growing sick of soggy sandwiches and other cold food as their only options for long days hanging out at the sandbar. They developed a prototype and patented a design in 2017 that included features like a fuel tank holder and weight displacement to keep it from flipping. However, they failed to raise the money to further develop it through a Kickstarter. The Sharks initially showed interest in the unique item and its fun viral marketing, but the pitch ran aground when the numbers came into the picture. The Sharks thought $229 was expensive, and they were highly dubious of the year-to-date sales, which were under $20,000 at the time of the taping. Eventually, guest shark Daniel Lubitsky brought up the potential to license the product to a larger grill company like Weber. He offered the inventors $200,000 for 50%, which the two rejected, noting they only owned 70% of the company after taking on previous investors. Mike Bashawati countered with a complex offer involving a $100,000 investment for 20% of the company and a $100,000 loan with a $2 royalty on each unit sold until the loan was repaid. Lubitsky's final offer was $100,000 for 22.5% of the company, a $100,000 loan at 7% interest, and 50% of any licensing deals he helps them secure. Bashawati and Quilico accepted. Luckily for Float and Grill's founders, it appears the deal did go through, which is not always a given on Shark Tank. The show was taped in 2020, and nearly a year later, they told the Detroit Free Press that Lubitsky was a cool guy and called working with him a great opportunity. They also praised his team, noting they were always available if the two needed a contact. Float and Grills repeatedly sold out following the show's airing. While a deal on Shark Tank can be a golden ticket for many companies and products, it's no guarantee of success. Despite Lubitsky's and the founders' confidence, the concerns of Mr. Wonderful and the other sharks turned out to be well-founded. The item never became the must-have boating accessory the founders believed it could be. A licensing deal never materialized either. Unfortunately, as of late July 2023, the company's webpage was offline, and its Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages were no longer accessible. Additionally, the product's Amazon page listed it as currently unavailable. Therefore, it's safe to assume that Float and Grill is no longer in business, or at least has paused operations temporarily.
You broke my grill? You broke my grill?
As recently as 2022, Float and Grill shared a post on Facebook addressing shipping delays, citing the difficulty in obtaining shipping materials as the cause. Numerous sources mention Float and Grill's difficulty keeping the item in stock throughout its existence. This was a relatively common occurrence for many companies in the months and years following the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, which had caused significant disruptions to manufacturing and supply chains. It's not clear whether these difficulties eventually forced the company to close its doors or if there were other issues. Perhaps it was simply a change in direction from the founders that led to the shuttering of operations. There's no word on what Mike Bashawati and Jeremy Quilico plan to do in the future. A Crunchbase page for Bashawati lists no other organizations, and Quilico's LinkedIn still shows his most recent position as co-founder of Float and Grill.